Yay.
Ready, steady, go.
Ready, steady, go. Fabulous.
Hello, hello. I'm very happy to see you and hear you and see a lot of beautiful people here as well.
Yes, exactly. Absolutely wonderful people. My manager is here. My wife is here. Did I mention my manager? Yes, Alain, he's
Is
there.
this different person, your wife and your manager?
Well, yes, my wife manages my whole life.
Oh, exactly.
My manager, as such, manages my business.
Okay, let's clarify everything.
Yes, let's clarify everything.
Nice.
And I have one little bit of news for you, Dasha, because we were thinking of starting with the video that
Yes.
I won my first film award with that one. And Julia just gave me the name because I kept forgetting the name of it. And it is one second, one second, one second. The
So
official.
we have a little detective story.
Yes. So it's called the, hold on,
VIP.
Metal Vision Award Jury's Choice.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool since it's a jury's choice. And but we're not showing it because to share a video on Zoom, it just destroys it. So what I recommend is that in a second, in a minute, or a few minutes rather, to be more realistic, I can show everybody the website, the portal that has been created for this project, where you can see the movie, you can see some pictures that I'm going to show you, some of them as well, and all of those things.
So can we talk about this project if you mentioned it
Yes,
already?
we're already there, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right. So just for those that don't really know me very well, I started as a fashion and beauty photographer. Well, first as an assistant at the age of 16. I did my first job as a photographer at the age of 19, and that was for Italian Vogue, which is quite a big thing for a photographer. And so I carried on.
You jumped into some new era and fashion business. Yeah, it
I
was
mean, it
like
was, it was I was 19 years old, so I mean, I'm 63 now. So do the maths. It was quite a few years ago. And it was the end of the 70s, actually. Uh, my God, makes me sound really old, which I'm not. But I was in London, uh, still a punk at that time, one of the first in the world. Alain, my manager, knows a lot about that. He knew me in that period. And and yeah, so I carried on doing fashion and beauty photography for many, many years. And I stopped at one point, and this is an important part for this conversation, actually. I stopped taking pictures for 5 years when I was
no.
in Milan. And I stopped because, not because of the reason that most photographers today stop taking pictures and they stop taking pictures because they can't earn a living out of it. For me, it was completely the opposite. I was working 5, 6 days a week for the equivalent of like 5,000 euros a day back in the day. So it's a lot of money, but I was bored. I couldn't take it anymore. So I opened up a model agency, a fashion magazine, two production companies, and then other bits and pieces that I was doing through another company that I had. But at one point, after 5 years of not taking a picture, I got a job as a photographer that I did not want to take at first because I was functioning from like, okay, I haven't taken a picture. I stopped photography, so I'm not a photographer anymore. And then I asked myself the question, had this client come to me 5 years ago, would I have said yes or no to them? And the answer was definitely no, because the clothes were badly made. It was a cheap catalog. Money was average, but average money multiplied by 2 weeks' work is still good money. But I still would have said no because it would have been boring. But I took that job because I wanted to explore why I stopped taking pictures. And I asked myself that question on the first day of shooting for this catalog that was in Spain. And the answer was so obvious. It was because I was bored of my style.
Hmm.
And that's when I realized that for a photographer or any creative, actually, or anyone, creative or not by definition, anyone that's trying to create their own life, to function from having a style, having an image, and all this, is the opposite of being creative. You know, Einstein said something brilliant, which is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity.
Yes, exactly.
So that's when I asked myself the first question, the most obvious question to me was like, okay, so what do I feel uncomfortable with? What would I describe as the opposite of my old style? So that I don't go and define a new style, but I try and function from no style. So I started experimenting with what I hated in those days, which was hard lights. Before that, I was only using soft lights. So I started exploring hard lights, the hardest ones, and then I started exploring all of the lights, because that's when I got, if I, as a photographer, really know light, really know light on so many different levels, not just how they behave, but go even deeper, and this is what this conversation is about, then what can I choose and how can I create that is different? And having studied every single light that exists under the sun in terms of photography, one day, the biggest professional photographic lighting company in the world called me. They headhunted me, and they gave me this job. I was not employed by them, but I was traveling the whole world, paid very good money from them to go and talk about light to other photographers, professionals, amateurs, beginners, everybody in universities.
At what age it was?
Oh no, this was just like maybe 15 years ago, not even that.
Not much.
Yeah. And it's really funny because that job I got just after what I still call my dark period, except that now it has another meaning for me. In those days, I used to call it the dark period because I went through a really big depression. I mean, seriously heavy depression. I was suicidal, basically. I wanted to kill myself. And I was ready to kill myself had it not been for my son. But Profoto found me at a moment when I really was desperate for money. I didn't have anything left. The 5 companies I told you about before, I lost every single one of them. I lost all the money that I had, and I ended up being in debt. It took me 2 weeks to go from being wealthy and well known to being absolutely broke and homeless. So
you lost everything, yes? Sounds like
I lost everything. Everything. I lost everything. But with Profoto, it's actually a funny story because I was having dinner with some friends one night, and they're a very special couple, and they used to, I don't know if they still do it, but they used to travel the world. They used to take one big cruise every month. And we're having dinner. They were showing me pictures of the latest cruise. They were in Mexico, funny enough. We're going to talk about Mexico soon. They were in Mexico. And I'm not an envious or jealous type of person. So I was really admiring these pictures and their choice to travel the world and really enjoying life and all this. So when I came away from that dinner, it was snowing. I looked up to the sky in the evening and, snow falling on my face. And I said, okay, universe, I haven't been traveling now because of my situation for 2 years. I've traveled my whole life. Can I please have way more travel than I've ever had before? Can I please visit countries that I've never visited before? And please, can I do this by inspiring other photographers to choose something different with what I have discovered? 2 weeks later, Profoto calls me and gives me the job of doing exactly that and being paid a lot of good money.
So sounds like you started questioning before access consciousness.
Yes. Yes. And access consciousness actually came at the same time of that. So it's a little bit of a parallel, because access consciousness actually got me to ask questions, like you say, in a different way without expecting answers, but actually to try and dig deeper inside of me to see what's actually true for me. That, we all hide things from ourselves. So asking questions like this, it kind of unhides certain areas that we're trying to hide in order not to create change. Basically, that's what it's all about. And most people don't choose to change because it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know. Can you start from the beginning and I ask you about your photo passion? Let's say something like that. Um, how it started, how you realized that everything you want is just to do photos, a lot of photos.
Well, it's a process that has been growing and is still growing. I mean, the project from this year with Severstal creating pictures of steel, the creation of steel is something that I would never have imagined.
Crazy, yes.
Crazy, completely crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
going from fashion and beauty, and then I had cars was the first client that was different for me. Cadillac called me and offered me a big campaign, and I was like, why does Cadillac want to work with me? There's a lot of great car photographers around the world. And thank God I got the right answer, because the answer from that client from Cadillac was to my manager at that time, not Alain, but my old manager, was we know of Andrea Belluso, and we know that he's a lighting specialist, and we
Mhm.
also know that has not shot the cars before, which is great for us because we have access to every single big photographer, car photographer in the world, but they all have their own style. In other words, they create exactly the same thing, just changing a little bit of spice here and there. But at the end of the day, it's exactly the same thing,
Mhm. Mhm.
which is great hearing that from a client, because not many clients will hear that. And I see more and more clients actually listening to that conversation, because like a few weeks ago, Gucci came out with this big news. I was a little bit surprised, to be honest with you, because instead of doing a fashion show during Fashion Week, they decided to produce a movie, an art movie. So their marketing slash advertising campaign, instead of doing a catwalk show, was to produce a film, an art film, which is great. But I mean, I've been working that way for like 20 years now, more maybe. Actually, more, because I started even before my son Luca was born. And it's really this thing of, and this is way before Access. It's really like, I want to take a picture of this object. Let me talk to the object. It sounds crazy, yes, but is it really? Because, and here we come to the whole conversation of photography. And please do stop me, because when I start, but anything,
Don't
any,
have a stop word.
Julia, are you doing okay, my love, with translation? I know you're used to me, but
So,
you're
is
fine.
it correct? Yeah, is it correct to say about you that you adore experiments and you're very excited to open something new for
Yes,
yourself and your clients?
yes, totally. I mean, for me, life is about being curious. You know, can anybody on this call actually tell me that they did not choose to be born to be curious about this planet, about what it actually is, what it means to be alive on this planet? I think most of us have at least once in our lifetimes asked ourselves the question, okay, so what's actually my purpose here? What am I doing here?
You know, sometimes I think that you're an alien more than a... Oh, this is true.
Actually, we were talking about that with Yulia today. Yulia asked me because I keep saying I really feel like an alien. Every morning I
Yes.
wake up, I look in my room, I'm like, it looks similar to yesterday's, but it feels different. Okay. Then I walk down the street, uh, kind of looks the same, but it still feels different. You know,
I'm still on the earth. Okay.
yeah. And and Yulia asked me the question. She said, "Do you just feel like an alien in Russia, or do you do that in Italy as well?" I said, "My love, I feel like an alien anywhere on planet Earth." Anywhere. I mean, if I'm in Morocco, they will think that I'm Moroccan. If I'm in Saudi Arabia, they will think I'm Saudi. If I'm in Malaysia, they will think I'm Malaysian. If I'm in India, they think I'm Indian. If I'm in Mexico, they think I'm Italian. I mean, sorry, Mexican.
So how many people think that Andrea is Russian now?
I don't know, but I know how many people don't think that I'm Italian. Basically, the whole of the Italian population, because when I'm in Italy, people, start talking to me, people that I know who don't know me, and they say, "My God, your Italian is so good. Where did you learn?" So I learned to stop and look at them and say,
In Africa.
No, I just reply, "You know what? Your Italian is very good too. How did you learn?" Nobody believes me that I'm Italian. And of course, nobody believes me that I'm Russian because I don't even speak Russian yet. Yet.
And about your way of creation, uh, it's so alive or so specific. I would say it's not typical. It's not from stereotypes like how to do photo or how to do film, how to do magazine or something else.
Yeah.
um, can you tell us how you usually start the
Yes.
process?
Yes. I'll tell you for explaining that, I'll tell you my first job that I did for Bentley.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I find the picture and I will actually share it with you. Because it's a beautiful picture, but the client, so the marketing director of Bentley Europe, asked me how I took that picture because they had been asking their photographers to um, to do a picture of their cars, of one of their cars, and showing how the car is the metal of the car is shaped by air and not by force. And so the marketing director asked me, "Did you speak to somebody at headquarters of Bentley?" I was like, "No." "Did somebody tell you what I just told you, that we shape the cars with air and not with force?" I said, "No."
The car said to you. No?
And so he asked me, he said, "Well, how do you know then?" I'll share the picture now and I'll tell you the story.
Uh-huh.
This is the picture.
Thank you. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And let me just move this there. You see it?
Yes.
Okay. So, and he says, "But with this picture, it looks like you are telling this story that it's actually been shaped by air and not by force because it's so delicate. How
Yes.
did you come up with this?"
Uh-huh.
And I just said, "Actually, I did not come up with it. What I'm going to tell you is something that sounds crazy. And when I tell you, you're probably going to choose never to work with me again. And that's fine. But since you asked, I'll tell you." Um, I arrived. This picture was taken in your showroom in Stockholm. It was not shot in my studio, so I was very limited in how to actually contain the light within the car. But I did not create the lights from that point of view. What I did was very simple. I had all my lights on a table, and I had the car in front of me. I sat down on the carpet in front of the car in the showroom, and I started actually speaking with the car, not aloud, energetically. And the questions
Mm.
that I asked the car was, "Okay, so first of all, you're very beautiful. You're extremely beautiful.
Mm.
People actually see you how you would like to be seen. And if you could be seen in any way that you choose in the whole planet, how would it be? Please show me." And that's when I started getting let's call it answer, which is more of an energetic awareness of what is required, but I still have not decided which lights I'm going to use, where I'm going to place them, or anything like that. The first kind of image or something that resembled an image that came to me was something very focused, but not showing everything, but not showing everything. I still didn't have a clue how to do it.
Like a lady, yes?
Yeah, yeah, yes, exactly like a lady. She was definitely a power lady. So, so I go to my table of lights and I close my eyes and I said, "Okay, which one of you wants to contribute to this creation? Please show me." I had my eyes closed and I pick a light and I open my eyes like, "Oh, I was not expecting you. Cool. Where do you want to be placed?" And I placed that one. And the first one was actually here on the nose of the car, which is a little emblem
Mhm.
of the car, the Bentley emblem, basically. And then I carried on. So if we look at the lights, it's one on the nose of the car, one for each wheel, so that's 3 lights, one on the inside of the car. You see the red part on the inside.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
light inside the car. That's
Uh-huh.
4. There is another light that gives me all these thin highlights here. That's a 5th light. There's these little highlights here. That's another light. That's a 6th light. And there's another light here, which is my 7th light, which comes from the top. And a tiny light here, just give me this one as a small little accent. There's 8 lights on this picture. It's 8 separate lights working together.
Wow.
Okay.
That's brilliant.
And when I told this to the client, he said, "My God, this is brilliant. Why did you think that we would not work together again?" I said, "Because who talks to cars? It's a lunatic, you know?" And he said, "No, makes complete sense, and it's brilliant." So yes, we worked a lot more together, and that's how I work, basically, asking questions, talking to the people in front of me, whether they are professional models or totally normal people for photo facilitations that are not portraits. Is something completely different, and you know something about that, Dasha.
That's fine. Totally normal. Okay, I got
Exactly.
it.
And I've seen photographers, fashion photographers, not even talking to their models, people. And here I am talking to people.
First of all, is it connection or acknowledgement, or how can you describe what's happening first?
It's a handshake.
Handshake. Okay.
First thing is a handshake.
With
Hi,
a
my name is Andrea. I'm a crazy motherfucker. Who are you? It's a handshake.
So, hi.
Yeah, it's a hi. And from there, you start discovering each other. Like you discover a new friend, like you discover a new dish that you want to eat.
So it's not formal. It's with the
No.
presence and curiosity again.
Curiosity.
Yeah.
Curiosity for me is one of the most beautiful and generative things in the whole world. Because with curiosity, you keep creating. With curiosity, you keep discovering. With curiosity, you exponentialize the possibilities of change.
So did you hear we have the first ingredient from Andrea? It's curiosity.
Curiosity is the key. For me, curiosity is about, let's talk about sex for 30 seconds, maybe not even that.
Okay.
If you meet somebody that you think you're going to enjoy, whether it's a relationship or a one night stand or whatever it is your case, we're just talking about sex here.
Okay.
Are you not curious about that person? Okay, I heard a lot of loud voices, and most of them actually from men, where they go, "Why should I be curious? I just want to enjoy." Well, fuck that. Why do I want to be curious? Is that really kind?
You can enjoy yourself, yes?
Yeah, that's the point of view of most men. I, and I actually met a lot of women who have the same point of view in Italy, especially. And you talk to these people at parties, and they talk to you about, how they met this other person, but the other person never comes into question. It's all me, 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 me. And how can you get to know somebody if you're not curious? Sure, I've taken an extreme of, sex. Sure. Let's talk about food then. You go to a restaurant, and here again, I know a lot of people who will go to the other side of the world where they could be curious and discover new food, and they will still order a pasta with tomato sauce and nothing else.
Maybe they miss Italia.
Oh, God. Yeah, for me, that's just an interesting point of view of people really not choosing anything else except their tiny little backyard of comfort And yeah, there's very little that has very little to do with the joy of living. It has nothing to do with the joy of creating, and it definitely has nothing to do with creativity.
I totally get that your life is like adventure, and it's a huge adventure and very, very long adventure. And is it really connected with the way of creation? And do you mean that to be creative is to be ready to have adventure?
Well, it all goes hand in hand because I mean, to if you're creative, then you're willing to have adventure.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not willing to have adventure, your curiosity is killed right away. Because what I've discovered more and more, and this latest project has shown me everything that I started really seeing just at the period when I met Yulia 3 years ago. And I made, first of all, one very important choice. And that important choice was after my second divorce. And I had just met Yulia. I was in Dubai. She was in Bali. One morning, I went out of my hotel room. I was on the beach and I was standing on the shore. And I looked down and I was like, okay, let's imagine that this is not a beach. This is a precipice. It's just like thousands, millions of meters going down. I can't even see the bottom here. Okay. And it's a figurative way of looking at my life at that point, at that point in time. And what I can do now is to turn back and go where I came from in life. Or I could stand still right where I am on the edge of the precipice and not make a move. That's also a choice. Or I can choose to ask a couple of questions. And the main question is, if I take a step forward, will I fall into an abyss that never ends? Will I fall so that at a certain point I will smash my body and die? Or will I actually start opening up my wings and actually start not just flying, but soaring and actually be able to go wherever I want? And that for me was super light. Of course, I'm not going to jump from a precipice. That was all figurative. Okay, so there's a disclosure here. um, it was really this thing of like, okay, I have absolutely nothing to lose. I have possibilities. There's this, first of all, if we're talking about relationships, there's this wonderful woman that I still don't know very well, but that is really pulling my attention. And I'm really curious about that as well. I wonder what else is possible there too. She's also just divorced. I'm just divorced. We've been talking about creating a long-lasting relationship that is kind to and nurturing to both. Cool, let's explore that. And that's how it started, and that's how the rest of my life actually started.
Mm.
Yes, I will have even less of a goal of I'm going here. I might have a general awareness of where I desire to go, but I know very well that if I ask for this from the universe will give me this, but it will give me everything else around it. The problem with that, with most people, is that when they receive something from the universe, it's so much that they don't see the little tiny thing that they've asked for, even though it's actually included in the whole panorama. And they will just say, this is not what I asked for. They turn around and go back.
It's very photographer's view, this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, it is. It's like you take a wide angle lens on your camera and you
Yeah.
take a picture of the forest and you go, my God, I want to take a picture of the little stone. Where is it? It's actually in there, but look at the picture of the forest you've just taken.
Yep.
Created something beautiful. Can't you just start to appreciate that? And since you got so much, start exploring, because maybe you find another stone that is even nicer to you, or you find that that stone was just a little passage into something else. I don't know. Be curious and see where it takes you.
For me, the most interesting thing from this part of conversation is that you haven't separation from your work creation, like your process of creation, something for clients, or maybe some ideas what you can bring to the world with the whole your life, and all these examples with your relationship with Yulia and something like happening in your life, it's so connected with your creation. Uh,
Yeah.
can you tell us more about this no separation?
For me, there's absolutely no separation whatsoever between any of the parts. It's me. It's me. It's my life. I chose to be a photographer or a creative director or a creative producer or a film director or a film producer or whatever title you wish to give me, all of that is me. I even invented being a DJ because I think it's fun. I'm not a DJ, but I still do
You
gigs.
are, you are, you are.
And I enjoy it. Anything that I do, I choose because I actually enjoy it. I will not choose to do anything that is actually not fun because I realize that if I choose something that is not fun, it's not going to turn out good. It's just not. And there's no separation because it's my life. Imagine that you're writing a movie. This movie has one title, and the title is Your Life,
Mhm.
Dasha's life. Are you going to edit out parts of that are actually so crucial to the whole story? No. Why would you? One day, one morning, the story starts one morning, Dasha walks down the street and she walks into a cafe. Let's leave out the cafe. She doesn't like even coffee. Yeah, but that's when she actually meets Gleb. Aha, okay. So we include the cafe. Of course, you include the cafe.
Can we stop here?
Yes.
um, how you create something? Are you focusing on the creation, or it's um, creating some other ways? I feel something in your description of what's going on with no separation, but there is something specific. It's maybe the willingness to receive contribution of everything,
Yes,
or maybe something else.
that. Because when I ask questions to an object or a person, it's actually asking for contribution and offering my contribution. That's when the co-creation starts between me and you in front of my camera, with your beautiful gardens, with your house, with your projects, all these things, and it's really this co-creation
So it's not dive deep into the object. It's
as
just
well, as
as well.
well. It's
So
non-linear,
at in exact time you are diving into everything.
everything. I really wish that Yulia was not just translating because she has a lot of stuff to do, that lady. She's not a genius because she's seen me in this process during the summer.
Mm.
And
How was with the Severstal project?
yeah, the Severstal project. And she could see, first of all, how busy I was, how deep dive mode I was into every day, and how excited I was, both early
I'm
morning.
happy too. I saw it.
You saw it as well. You saw it as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Uh,
was leaving home at 6 in the morning. The team would come and meet me at the apartment. And then I would return home no earlier than 10:30 at night, exhausted because I was shooting in factories that were sometimes 50 plus degrees indoors with metal dust going in my lungs through my nose and my mouth in spite of the mask and the glasses. So it's a very heavy environment. So I was coming home completely black everywhere,
literally.
literally black, not just like this. Exhausted, but so excited
I'm
of
happy.
the discovery that I made.
Uh-huh.
Every day was a discovery. So it was both deep dive into the subject, into the project. And the funny thing with my client is that I found out only last week or a few days ago, that they actually had a brief for me. But as soon as the client started talking with me, we had a Zoom to get to know each other, and that's when they proposed the collaboration. When she heard me speak and how, I create and whatever, she chose to throw away the brief altogether.
Yeah.
She said, no brief. So I said, so what would you like me to do? How do the factories want to be shown? How does the steel want to be shown? And she just said, Andrea, I would like you to show us the poetry that you might or might not see with the creation of steel. We would like to do an art project with you. So it's not commercial, it's not advertising, but it will serve that purpose as well in a much bigger way. I know it somehow. I don't know how, but I know that it will. This is the client speaking. If I had more clients like this, I would be a billionaire. They would increase their income way more.
But it was your ask some
Yes,
time ago. So
completely,
see,
completely. Ask and you shall receive. That is a total truth. And we can talk about that later, because I can hear some people saying, it doesn't really work. It does. It actually does. So careful with what you say.
there is a field of creating out of control.
Completely. Let me tell you a story about, if you want, I can tell you a story about Severstal.
Yeah.
It was the second day of shooting, first or second day of shooting. No, the second day of shooting. And I had made up my mind that I would take a picture of this beautiful machine with two semicircular things like this and two plates in the middle. Okay, so it was a very geometrical shape. So it was this and this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the job of the machine was to lean that way, pick up a plate of steel, sandwich it between the two plates here, and then boom, so as to turn upside down the huge plate of steel. This was into this geometric form. So I had decided I was in control completely of the situation. So I come there, I set up my lights, everything's looking beautiful. I test it and over-test it, and I'm just waiting for the plate of steel to come and be turned over so that I can get this moment. Doesn't happen. Does not happen. I was there from 7 in the morning until 11 in the morning. Nothing happened.
You were controlling.
I was controlling. So the person in charge of the factory comes up to me. She says, Andrea, first of all, I have to leave you now because I have a meeting that's going to go on in the afternoon. So there's my colleague taking over. But I just want to tell you that the process that you're waiting for is not going to happen today. It's that we never know when it happens, if it happens. And what we know now is that today is not going to happen. And we don't know when it's going to happen next time. I still have not photographed that. I still don't have a picture of that.
Are you sad?
No, I'm not sad at all, because this is where the beauty comes in. This is one of the biggest lessons that I wish that, and I've heard this thing of like, let go of control and you create more. One thing is hearing it. Another thing is actually living it the way that I'm just about to tell you. And that was a revelation for me and for the client. Now, I've been working with these tools for many years, as you know, that are very strange and whatever, asking questions and really getting out of my comfort zone and out of the ordinary in order to discover something different, to create something different. And it might sound crazy and weird and fucked up, but if you want to be creative, sorry, but I mean, look at any of the big creatives in history. Look at Leonardo da Vinci. Was he normal? No. Look at Giotto. Was he normal? No. Look at what's his name? Einstein. Was he normal? No. He was a complete weirdo. So you have to be willing to be crazy and fucked up and have the guts, the courage to really show up and ask the questions that are true for you, not the ones that I tell you to ask or anybody else. Find your own set of questions of actually going into your zone of discomfort, because it's only by being uncomfortable you're going to start creating something different. Because let's face it, the comfort zone is only comfortable because you know it very well.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's all. So going back to that story, 11 o'clock comes. I haven't taken a single picture that morning.
Uh-huh.
Client looks at me and says, okay, Andrea, so this is not coming. What plan do you have? I said, I have a fantastic plan. Let's go for lunch.
What did she say, or who?
Andrea, lunch? It's 11 o'clock. We haven't started working yet. Aren't you panicking? I said, I'm panicking because I'm starving. Let's go eat lunch. This is not going to happen. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I have no plan. You know, I told you already yesterday, walked in, you asked me for the plan. I told you I don't have a plan. So this morning I show up with the plan and nothing happens with the plan. So no plan. Lunch is the plan now. Lunch and no plan is the plan.
New plan is no plan.
So we go for lunch. And at lunch, we have the most amazing conversation.
Mm.
And I said, Tatiana, do you realize that the factory was actually talking to us and very loudly?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, yes. I was like, okay. Thank God my client understands what I'm talking about.
That's great. Yes.
Yeah. Because she knew that I didn't mean voices in my head. No, it's energy talking louder than words, for God's sake.
Voices of steel.
And she said, she looks at me and she says, so what was it telling you? I said, didn't you hear that? It was basically as if it was crossing its arms, and it's this big lady. Okay, it's a big lady, this factory, and powerful as hell.
Important, yes, important.
Really potent. And she looks at me, she goes, who do you think you are?
Oh,
You
wow.
come here. I've been here my whole life, and even way before than you know it. And you think that you come here and you discover me just like that in a couple of minutes or hours or even days? You don't get to do that with me, young man.
No. Wow.
And she said, my God, it's exactly what I thought. I said, yeah, so what do we do with this? There's only one thing to do. And she said, what's that, Andrea? I said, for me, it's just like, let go of everything. If I was in no control before, this is another level of no control.
Uh-huh.
Because when you tell people, don't function from control in order to create, most people try and be chaotic. That's not being out of control. That's just being plain stupid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's just to let go of controlling the outcome. That's what being out of control means. It means being ready to receive anything,
Without point of view.
without any point of view, and with the eyes of curiosity that will show you something magic. Now, after lunch, after me and the client had agreed that from that point onwards, in the whole production for the rest of the summer, we would not control anything. We would not make any plans whatsoever. We go back inside the factory, and the new guy in charge of taking care of us for safety and whatever comes to me and says, so Andrea, nice to meet you, blah, blah. So what's your plan? Again, this plan. I said, I don't have a plan. Do you have anything you would like to propose? And he said, I'm so happy that you said that, Andrea, because I would like to show you something that I'm actually not allowed to show you because it's supposed to be too dangerous. If you guys come with me, just walk straight behind my back, okay? Follow my footsteps and you will not be in any danger. But I'm going to show you something that not many people have seen.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, wow.
Excited.
Let's go. I mean, excited. I was turned on as hell.
Yeah.
And let me try and find that picture. I need to go on the website here and find that picture.
Oh.
I'm going to show you. Da, 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 da. So this is that. Here, industrial poetry. I'm just going to find it. Not that, not that. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
I'm so fascinated to talk like that with the people from Bentley. I'm
Yeah.
really get it. But to talk with the factory lady about advanced level,
I don't find that picture. Oh no, it's not on the portal.
I
Why?
know.
Why?
Dangerous place.
It's not here. I'll have to find it later. So we'll
Okay.
show it to you, but not now. Anyhow, I have to explain it to you first. So we go to this place and it's super hot because we were walking behind huge furnaces, so huge ovens.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this huge oven that is actually closed the front, but you can see flames coming from the side and underneath and the top and really boiling and all this noise like, whoa. And all of a sudden it opens up in front of me really slowly. And it's like filled with really thick and big plates of red hot steel. And it starts rolling out really slowly, very cinematic, the whole thing, very dramatic. And then there's a crane that comes and picks one plate up and moves it across. And I'm like, shit, I'm on the set of the film, The Lord of the Rings, except that this is not a film set. This is for real.
Yeah, yeah.
This is for real.
Not a fantasy.
And it was incredible. So after that, it was just one exploration after the other. The shooting was going much faster. It was much funnier. There was hardly any preparation. Yes, a little bit, and then maybe I had to wait. Sometimes I had to wait a couple of hours, 2, 3 hours for a process to show up. But even then, I would relax. I would, go talk to some people, go outside and have a smoke, take my time until I got that. Oh, maybe now it's time to go back. I go back, boom, and there it is in front of me.
So these seconds shift something.
Completely, completely. And as soon as I finished taking the picture of the Lord of the Rings, the oven of the Lord of the Rings, he said, would you like to see something else? The same man said, would you like to see something else amazing? I said, yes, please. And we come there, and there's this man kneeling down on a big plate of steel and cutting by hand a detail from a plate of steel for a specific purpose. I can't remember what, but basically, this was the fire cutter, the man who cuts with fire. And all these characters came in. There's many more. I'm actually going to go on the portal in a minute because I can explain about different pictures, and it's all very exciting. The way that the main thing, I've been teasing people on my social media for a couple of weeks about something that really changed my life, and this is what it is. And this is not just for photography. It's not just for creative jobs.
Absolutely.
It's for the whole life. And I realized, I was telling you about Dubai when I decided to jump off the cliff, and it was basically jumping from the cliff of possibilities.
Mm.
Is to jump from my comfort zone into the cliff of possibilities. And for me, that's what it's really about. And yes, you are going to bruise yourself sometimes. I'm not saying that. I'm not giving you any recipe. I'm just telling you what I'm choosing myself. That's all. I don't know. There are no recipes. There's just a hell of a lot of internal and personal development work that you have to do for yourself. And if you're not curious about life in general, it's okay. Don't blame yourself for not being curious, but you're not going to discover something else that could be possible. And it's a choice as well.
One question. What do you mean? It's more about events in your life, like something happening new when you choose something greater, or maybe it's more about receiving the world in a new way and acknowledge what's happening, or
Yeah.
maybe it was happening before,
Yeah.
but you didn't receive it, or
Yeah, it's both. It's both. It's mainly the receiving part, actually. It's mainly the openness to receive everything. and judge nothing. Judgment, we love using judgment in the world today, especially with social media. Have you noticed how social media is only about judgment?
Yes.
Both positive and negative? Is anything being created on social media? No, just more judgment. That's
And
all.
fashion, fashion as well.
Fashion is
Lots
judgment.
of judgment.
Fashion is pure judgment.
Yeah, and
The fashion industry has nothing about creativity. Nothing. Why? Look at the seasons, the fashion seasons. They're all doing the same thing in different flavors. These are the colors of this season. Says who? Sorry, guys, but says who?
so the amazing thing is you worked for a lot of years in this industry with the creation
Yeah.
and
I love fashion. Don't get me wrong. I love fashion. But I love the way that quality clothes are created. The way that it's an art. It's an art form.
so you know the contribution of fashion,
Absolutely.
all this the art
Absolutely. Absolutely. I
creation.
mean, who I admire in fashion is the people who actually, they're not the followers, it's the people who create. And those people who create, it's not even the big brands anymore. A few of the big ones, yes, with guys like John Galliano that is different from anybody else, or you just have a handful of names nowadays of the big ones that are still being themselves and changing every season and not following anybody else, but very few. Most of them are just copying each other or having something similar that goes into this thing of this season. This season is this. This season we have studs back, or this season green is in. Sorry, but fashion was supposed to be created. Yeah, it's just, to me, it doesn't work. I stopped going to fashion weeks like maybe 25, 30 years ago. I'm just not interested.
So
I,
be honest, you're more excited to photo still or whatever.
Well, I'm interested in photographing anything basically that will spark my curiosity, and for which I see that I can be a contribution with my curiosity and with my knowledge of lighting. Yes, I will not shoot anything that will bore me. Even if they paid me $1 million a minute, I would not do it because I would be dishonest towards myself and towards my client. If I take a job, I will warn the client that they will probably end up with a campaign that they hadn't even thought about. But that campaign is going to generate a lot of sales because we're having a lot of fun creating it, and because we're actually co-creating with the products, with their company and their customers at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it's really about. It's a new way for Gucci and everybody else. It's not a new way for me. I've been creating campaigns like this for ages. And I started, one of the first ones was a campaign that I did for an underwear company in Sweden called Abesita. And one day I knew of this company. I had just come to Sweden maybe 6, 7 years before this that I'm talking about. And I knew that this company was underwear for ladies from mid-30s upwards. A certain amount of money, very classic, and all of this. And all of a sudden, I see a campaign from Avesita that was two teenage girls having a pillow fight in what looked like a hotel room with pillow feathers everywhere. I'm like, wow, that's interesting.
That's funny. Oh.
What are they doing? Have they changed completely their target group? Are they going after teenagers now? And if so, how is he going for them to change their direction like this overnight? In marketing, that's the equivalent of suicide, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I called them. I didn't know them. I just called them because I was curious. and I said, hi. And I told them the story. And I was just curious if you've changed your target group. And they said, no, we haven't changed. We're adding the teenagers. I was like, God, these people are crazy. I didn't say that. I just thought they're completely insane.
Mm.
They don't have a clue what they're doing. I said, so how's it going with the old clients? Are they fine with this? Yeah, we just changed it, so it's still too early to tell, but it's going good. And I thought in myself, I was like, they're lying to me. They're lying to me. This is not going good at all. So anyway, cut a long story short, I make up the story that I'm in their town, which I wasn't. I was in Stockholm. They were down south. It was 6 hour drive. And I told them I was in their town just to get a meeting with them. And I said, oh, drop in for a coffee tomorrow. So all night drive in my car. I arrive early morning for a coffee with a client that I didn't know.
Curiosity.
Yes. And and I got them to be a little bit more vulnerable. And I said, yeah, it's not really going very well. We're losing our old customers and we're not really getting in the new ones because it's strange because they associate the name with their mums and we're trying to get the daughters and it doesn't really function. I said, well, I have a bit of an idea if you want.
Mm.
I had, inside information because of my model agency, because of me being involved in the fashion industry, that period, burlesque was coming in fast within the next 6 months. They didn't know that in Sweden yet. It's only known Paris, Milan, London. That's it. And me. Those circles. And so I proposed to do the first campaign as burlesque, pin-up photos. And I had this perfect model that was one of my models from my model agency. And I knew that she would be a star after 1 month because she was in a TV show that nobody knew about, which was Big Brother. She became like the Big Brother star in Sweden. I was her agent, so I knew what was going to happen. So I offered them this model that had that perfect look for pinup, the pinup campaign, and I set the whole thing up. And I said, this is season 1. Season 2, we're going to go to the 30s and 40s film noir. So we're doing that. So we're going on movies. We're going on pop culture. We're going on these things, but based on movies. And these first 2 campaigns, they raised their sales. You can still find the article on a magazine called Resume, which is about the advertising industry in Sweden. 40% increase in sales per season. Huge. This is unheard of.
Yeah.
That is unheard of. So that's the price that you pay, or rather the money that you make from listening to a crazy guy like me.
Looks like you're brave enough to share your truth with the client and be honest and tell everything like it is.
Yeah, because the thing is that I realized that nobody tells the clients the truth. They always tell them what they want to hear.
New difference.
Yeah. They just tell the client what they think the client wants to hear. The client hears what they want to hear. They're happy. They give them the job, and they're still in the loop, in the circle. Are their sales going up? No, they're not. Right now, I'm pretty sure that a lot of companies' business is actually going down. Why? Try and go on social media and look what people are doing, the big companies. It's just the same.
I know you have another type of client, individual people.
Yes.
Persons, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, not many gentlemen because they don't seem to be as brave as the ladies.
I know some.
Yeah.
Can you describe the difference between a photo facilitation and photo sessions and creating photos for brands?
Well, I would like you to tell me the difference.
Oh, no.
Yes. Between having
the roles.
yes, between having your portrait taken,
Yep.
or made you look beautiful according to all the standards of social media, and having a photo facilitation. What was it like? Because we met a few years ago now.
Yeah, a lot, I think.
A lot of years ago. And it was in Mexico.
Yeah, first time I saw you in Italy,
Yeah.
in the castle.
Yeah.
You were too busy and too famous and were creating something magic there. I was just looking at you and thinking, wow, what a man, what's happening here? When I realized that you will be offering a photo facilitation and in Mexico, I was ready to be the first to
Yep.
ask for photo facilitation. And that time, for me, it was the biggest prize for the photo to have a photo session. And I didn't expect something. I was ready to have something new experience. I heard some ideas, words, and some testimonials, something like that, from people who tried. But I didn't expect that process will be so unusual, and we will discuss so many specific topics and so personal things, and all of them help me to discover some parts of me, maybe which I hide from myself. And it was so interesting, not focused on the result and not waiting for the photos after that. For
Yeah.
me, every time photo facilitation finished during the photo facilitation, for me, is completed.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
I am happy with that sense of myself, new sense of knowing me
Yeah.
after that. I am very excited to have it again and again.
Yeah. You've
Uh,
had it several times.
yeah, and for me, it's not about photo.
No.
It's something so deep. But the gift of photo is to receive the print of
Yeah.
change. That's amazing. Without
Yes.
photo, it's difficult to pick these changes,
Yeah.
how energy shifted. So photo helps to see the difference, and it's
Yes.
amazing. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Thank you for saying that, for acknowledging that, actually, because I mean, I keep discovering more and more and more about, and now with Severstal, that it's not only what I said before, that my life has changed and how I, even more than ever, I am completely out of control. I mean, Julie and I are going to Italy in a few weeks. We're going to spend the winter there. We have no clue what it's going to look like. We have an apartment. We're excited about it. We have a few ideas, but we don't really have a clue of what's going to happen. Sure, I'm talking to some clients and whatever, but I don't know when the next job is coming. When you look at it this way, it could be really freaky. It's very easy to just freak out and like, oh my God, what? You don't know where the next money is coming from? No, but uh, if I start panicking, I'm actually going to destroy everything. If I
Yeah,
trust
we know
myself,
it. Everyone knows it.
yeah, when you panic, you destroy.
Yeah.
If you relax and you go in the flow and you trust yourself, you trust the universe, you trust that everything will be good. Sure, you might have a bit of a hard time on the way. What if you could enjoy that? Because I realized last winter that it was perfectly fine. I was having a rough time then, but it was perfectly fine for me to have that rough time and not pretending that everything was hunky dory and good. No, but might sound strange, but actually be okay with not being okay. It's the ups and downs. It's the yin and yang. It's call it whatever you want. But there has to be, if there's light, there must be darkness. Otherwise, light doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And these things of the two opposite sides of the coin, they must coexist. It's still this thing of yin and yang that is so true and vital. So, yeah, this thing of like, I know what I desire. You and I chose to create a family. We know how we want to create our family. We don't know how he's going to show up, but what we know is that we're creating this thing together. We have our own back and each other's back, and we're going to be there for each other, you know, and let's enjoy this experience that is called life. Let's
Yeah.
really enjoy the crap out.
And do you realize that this year you did a lot of very unusual and great things?
Yes.
It was this exhibition and award in Dubai, yes, in Arabia,
Yeah.
uh, and Erarta. We didn't talk about Erarta, but the main thing for me is uh, to be in a museum of modern art, but with the advertisement uh, collection of
It was
photos.
a shock for me, Dasha. It was a shock for me.
Craziness. Maybe you only one broke the rules.
Well, I'm not, but this freaked me out completely because I want to share my screen and show you what I was prepared to do with for Erarta, and actually it was prepared and we had a contract signed already, but things changed. Let me see, Erarta. Oh no, Arts for Future.
Someone was very curious.
Yeah, exactly.
You show something more.
Yes. So yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. No, let me stop this there, and I'm going to share the screen. Da, 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 da. There and there. Okay. Screen share. There we go. Finder. What was this one? No, it's not. No, hold on. There was another one. Hold on. Sorry.
This was very beautiful too.
Oh no, it is this one. Okay. So this is one of the pictures,
Uh-huh.
and I'm just going to. Oops. Oh, I just stopped. There we go. So why does it not?
They are hiding.
They're hiding. They're hiding. I don't understand why it shows like a square.
If you come to Andrea for photo facilitation, you will know about photos as an entities.
Yes, totally. This has nothing to do with that. So yeah, they're hiding. I don't understand why. This is another one. So this is basically, I'm just going to show a couple because otherwise it's going to be
Yeah, okay.
excruciating.
Mhm.
And this is part of the project that I had a contract for Erarta, to actually show as an exhibition. And one day I was having lunch, and I adore these pictures. For me, this is my photographic art. And and
This is the art of future,
Arts
yes?
for Future, yes, yes, yes. And
Can you say two words about the project?
yes, the project is basically a project that I created to create change in the world without force, without confrontation, but actually by selling art. So through beauty and art to create the change that we desire to see in the world with, in this case, the rainforests. So the money from the sale of the prints goes directly to biologists in the rainforests of Mexico. Some people that I know that are wonderful. They don't take any money whatsoever for their work that they've been doing for 20 years. And when they started working with the rainforest of Calakmul in Mexico, there was one single jaguar left. One.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then they introduced another jaguar from another forest, and there were two.
Mhm.
Today, there are over 20.
Oh, wow, that's
And they're
amazing.
still counting, they're still discovering.
Wow, wow.
So, these guys, they need money for the collars to track the jaguars. The main problem on the planet actually is with the rainforests.
Yep.
Climate change is mainly because of the rainforests.
Can you tell us how can we contribute to this
Okay.
project?
It's very simple. So there's different ways. Um, the biologists need money the biggest problem that we have on the planet is that the rainforest is being sold for
Mm-hmm.
very little money to big corporate companies. They will come in and they will burn the rainforest, especially the mother trees. If you kill a mother tree, you kill thousands of hectares around that tree. So these big companies go and they buy, because the rainforest actually belongs to people that have lived there for millions of years, thousands of years,
Mm-hmm.
thousands
Yeah.
and thousands of years.
Mm-hmm.
And they give them some money, they kick them out, they take their land and they burn. And they bring in cows, they bring in avocados that are destructive for the rainforest, they bring in mice, which is destructive.
Yeah, how can we contribute?
Yes. There's different ways. You can go on artsforfuture.net.
Uh-huh.
You click on buy prints.
Uh-huh.
Buy prints, and there's everything from um, uh, inkjet prints, so not handmade, machine-made prints, but of super high quality, and they're relatively cheap. And then you have 5 only prints, unique. They're expensive because they're handmade. There's
It's
no,
hard. Yeah.
it's a really valuable art
Yeah.
object.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also starting something now. There is actually a shop. I will be sharing it in social media, and I'll be sharing it for our group here in the next few days, actually, because I've created a lot of products. Because I was thinking and feeling really sorry, both for the biologists and people who might actually enjoy this work. And I've created merchandising. So, and I've just started with one of these pictures, and I already have a lot of products. It might sound silly, but the quality of the products is really good. There's bedspreads with this dancer with the leaves,
Uh-huh.
wall clocks, there's shower curtains, there's a ladies' foulard that is beautiful, see-through and really amazing. Coffee cups, and so it's merchandising that is cheap. I mean, cheap in terms of cost, but really well made that people can buy, and that people know that the money goes to the biologists of Amigos de Calakmul that work with the rainforest since 20 years back. And the rainforests are known as the lungs of the planet. Now, by killing them, we're literally killing the planet,
Us.
ourselves.
Us.
It's suicide.
We totally get it. Tell us about Erarta. We
Erarta, yes. So I had Arts for Future that I wanted to
Yeah.
bring to Russia. And I was having lunch with the director of Erarta one day, and she said, so Andrea, so you live with your art? Is that your income, your main income? And I said, no, I don't live with my art. I enjoy doing it, and I have a purpose also with Arts for Future, but no, I don't earn money from it. And she said, so what's your living? And I said, I'm still a photographer, but I'm a commercial photographer.
She looked at you and asked.
Yeah. And I said, can you show me some work? So I just took my phone and I showed my website, belluso.com. We go in. I said, but this is just commercial work. And she said, yeah, show me.
You're
And
not very proud of.
I,
You're not
no,
very proud of.
for me, I mean, now I can see it, but then it was like, why would she be interested? It's just advertising work, you know?
Oh,
Sure, I put my passion and heart and everything, and I do it in a different way, but it's still advertising. Because for me, that's how advertising should be done. Full stop. There is no
uh,
way. For me, advertising is not, I'm going to show you this in your face. This is my product, front, back, side, and how do you want to see it? No, it's not about that for me. So, and she looks at it and looks at it in silence. And then she says, Andrea, I'm canceling Arts for Future. I'm And I was thinking, shit, finally, I'm in with a contract signed with a museum, not a gallery, a museum, a really important contemporary art museum. I'm finally in the door and she's
Horror.
canceling my contract. What the hell is going on? And I said, Anna, what's going on? Why?
She has a sense of humor, yeah?
Yeah. And I was panicking. And I said, well, why? And she said, why, Andrea? Because this is your art. I'm like, Anna, that's my work. He says, yes, your work is your art. Almost angry. And I was like, if you say so, so you mean you want to show this? She said, yes, send me everything you have. Okay.
Did you receive it?
In the moment, no.
Uh-huh.
Could not understand it. I even tried convincing her, saying, you're making a mistake here. You're making a big mistake.
Listen to me, lady.
And I'm so glad that she insisted. And then I send her a big selection of pictures, and she gets back to me eventually. And the project took several months. It took almost a year, and which is fast for a museum. It's fast for Erarta.
Mhm.
And then she came with the name of the exhibition, and then I was like, "You guys are crazy. You guys are completely. You can't call my exhibition that." And the exhibition was called
And I
Italiana.
icon Italiano, yeah.
I'm like, Icona Italiana? Seriously? Why? Just call it, I don't know, Andrea Belluso advertising pictures or something. I don't know. And she said, no, we have all decided this is the name. That's it, Andrea. I'm like, oh, okay. Then I started receiving it, yes, especially when I walked into the museum the day before, and this was just a few weeks after Dubai. Dubai for me was magic because I won my second award from the Sheikh of Sharjah, which was my third award altogether. And it was for Arts for Future. So, Arts for Future, when I started it a few years ago, I had a team of 22 people and they all left. The first one that left was the investor that
Mm,
basically promised all the money that she had promised to the project. She also promised it to some gangsters, basically, that stole all the project's money. I didn't give up at that point, and I still have not given up. But everybody else, they saw the money disappear, and they disappeared as well. Which means I'm alone. Arts for Future is me now. Nobody else. Everybody else pulled out. And being completely alone, I managed to bring it to the world and win a prize for it in Dubai.
that's great.
And I'm really hoping to bring it to Russia next year. I'm talking to some people. Hopefully, there are these 5 unique prints. They are already in Russia. So, I mean, what would it take to find even one single contemporary art collector that actually gets what this is about and what these pictures are actually valued at? Then that would be a great step forward.
I have some ideas.
So
I will tell
let's talk about it, please.
Yes, yes.
So that's what I'm looking at. Hopefully, I'm talking to somebody to bring them here already before Christmas. It's very tight, but there is a possibility because it's 5 prints that are already in Moscow. And otherwise, we're bringing all the prints from Dubai. They're still there, 17 beautiful prints. And we're trying to bring them to Russia next year for a big exhibition. That would be a dream come true for me. And I'm working on other things as well. I want to do part 2 of Icona Italiana with a different name and different pictures. I'm talking to different galleries and museums in Moscow and St. Petersburg, mainly Moscow at the moment. And yeah, moving forward.
Another great thing is your commitment to the creation
Mm.
and the willingness never give up with
I
something
am,
which
yeah,
happened.
I'm so never give up. Ask Julia.
I know.
The thing is that the clever ones actually get it and they come back.
And married this year, so you had a lot of huge project and
Yeah.
new wife.
Wow.
What did you change before this year? Tell us, please.
I mean, this 2025 for me is like really the magic year for excellence because I went from the winter of 2024 with the breakup with Yulia, that for me was not easy. But I still chose to not go, yes, of course I was sad. Of course, I was losing the woman of my life. And of course I was sad. I was not happy. I would be lying if I say I was, but I was choosing not to die. I was choosing to live and to actually enjoy my life with or without money, with or without Yulia. I still had myself. I still knew what I wanted to achieve. I still knew that I was not a failure. I still knew that even me falling down face forward was actually part of my journey. It was required, it was necessary. So rather than going into self-pity and all that shit that just destroys, I actually chose to ask myself the question, what am I learning from this?
Mm-hmm.
And what I learned was exactly what you said, is this resilience, is this thing of never giving up. I'm not going to give up. Sure, I will acknowledge my depression. I will acknowledge my sadness. I will acknowledge all of the shit that's going on, but I'm not going to stop. In actual fact, I'm going to create even greater. Why? Because I have absolutely nothing to lose. So, and when you have nothing to lose, you become even more crazy. You
and
know,
and brave.
brave.
Yeah.
And so this year started with Dubai, then Erarta. Then I got the job for Severstal, and then I come back to do the job, and I meet Julia, and we look at each other and we're like, "Come on, seriously?" We both felt like home, and it was obvious that we would get married and create a family that we've both been dreaming of, and we know that it's not Hollywood. We know that it might be. There are moments where it's complete Hollywood. You were at our wedding.
Oh, better than Hollywood.
Way better than Hollywood,
Yeah.
because at least it's not a repetitive script. It's something new.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's fun. I'm excited about this winter going down and exploring. Even for me, it's going to be an exploration of Italy. I know Italy, I know Rome, but we're actually living outside Rome, and I'm super excited. I'm super excited.
Well, your journey to Europe and Italy, what can you offer to us? What are you doing? Well, tell us.
Yes, I'm doing several things, and I would like to do even more. But one thing that I do offer is, if anybody's interested in photo facilitations, yes, absolutely, ping me, and or the team hosting this call, and they're brilliant ladies and very kind. And yes, I mean, I don't believe in discounting my work, but I am giving better prices than normal. And and yes, if you really are curious about changing something through photography, because photography is it's a gift. It because photography, sorry, I'm diverting here, but it's an important diversion because it's very important to the way that I live and create and work. And it's all based on light. For me, light is the most magic thing that we have in the universe. Why? Because light is made of photons. That's where the word photography comes in. And photons are those particles, tiny little particles that keep all the molecules of light together. Not only that, they will change the shape of the molecules of water depending on what energy we project at the water. There is a scientific experiment with what I'm talking about by a Japanese scientist that put a glass of water under a microscope and it projected fear and then joy, sadness, and the molecules were changing in front of his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
The shape of the molecules were changing. And that change is created by the photons. So just think, where are these photons? Everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. They're in your body. Your body's made of them. The air everything that is solid or not in between you and the next person or the next object, they're everywhere in the whole universe. And if we consider that our bodies, what is it, 80, 90% of water, something like that?
Something like that.
Something like that. So if we can change a glass of water with just projecting energy for a couple of seconds, how much are we not affecting the change in our bodies with what judgments or gratitude we project to it?
Yeah.
Have you noticed that just by smiling at a person without saying a word, without even touching that person, you change, you touch something delicate in that person? And you can just, it can just be like crossing paths with a person, total stranger. And I do this so often, especially if I see a person that is feeling sad or into themselves, and I just tap into their energy and I just smile at them and just cross them. And maybe our eyes cross. And whenever our eyes cross, I see so immediately a change in the person. First, they're thrown out of balance because they don't expect somebody to just smile at them and walk away. Because people are used to, if I smile at you, I want something from you. No, I don't want anything. I just,
Oh, you are dangerous.
yeah, or you're completely crazy, which I am sure, but I'm not dangerous. I just want to contribute. That's my biggest desire in life, is to contribute. I love contributing to people.
I want to tell that this space in front of you during the photo facilitation, it's very special. The place of kindness, totally
Yeah,
gratitude. And
completely. Because people
it's
who
so
choose,
different, you know. Always a photographer has a lot of points of view, and they creating based on their point of view about the person they are photographing.
yeah, portrait photography is based on the judgments that the photographer has of the person in front of their camera and how that person should be seen in the world, because that's how
Yeah.
the photographer sees that person.
Uh-huh. Craziness. Uh-huh.
Wow. So, and sure, there are some beautiful portraits done that way, and it's an interesting thing. I'm not saying it's
It's
completely
the
wrong.
different way of creation.
It's a
Very
different way of
safe.
creation.
Yeah.
It's a completely different way of creation. And if you want to not choose a photo facilitation, you want a real portrait, a classical portrait, I can do that too. I have no point of view, because the beauty of it is the camera has no point of view. The camera, on the other hand, and the lights will show us where we are judging, especially ourselves, and where we're actually being grateful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So photo facilitation is these sessions that are kind of the antithesis of a portrait session. So it's a portrait session of your being rather than your body, and a session that will actually give you the possibility for me to facilitate change for you if you choose it. I'm not there to change you. It's just you who can change if you choose
Yeah,
it.
exactly. I know.
I
I tried several
still tried very often. How did it go?
Never enough.
So that's one thing that I'm offering, or two things if we include the classical portraits. I can even create a fashion. If you want to do a fashion session, I can do that too, sure. But I also have my class on defining beauty that I have not done for a couple of years now.
What do you mean undefined beauty?
Exactly. Well, because beauty is so defined, isn't it? Depending on what part of the world you're in, what class in society you're in, what job you have, what image you've created of yourself. Let's face it, we all have different points of views of what beauty actually is. And it's completely different. But it's definitions. It's little boxes of definitions and judgment again. So Undefining Beauty is a class that I created that is based on photography, where I do use photo facilitation. So if you choose a class, you actually are choosing a mini session of photo facilitation in class. And you get to ask all the questions on anything that you want, and any subject is discussed. There's no taboos whatsoever. Because if you're going to choose change in your life, first of all is vulnerability, courage, and the willingness to really look at every aspect of your life, because you might think that, I don't know, relationships have nothing to do with work. Well, that's an interesting point of view. I have met a lot of photographers that are actually brilliant fashion and portrait photographers, but they stop doing that and they shoot motorcycles or cars or food instead, earning hardly any money and making terrible pictures of that because they don't really enjoy it. Why? Because their girlfriends or wives are jealous because they're shooting female models most of the day. So you're telling me that the two are not related? Of course they are. All our parts of our lives are related to each other.
No separation.
No, there's no separation. There's no separation. So, and Defining Beauty is a very powerful class, very, very powerful. And you've been in a couple of them, I think, right? Or
Yeah.
Julia has been in a lot of them since the beginning. She was translating them for me, and that's how we got to know each other, really. And it's a very potent class because it will go wherever you want it to go. And it's a class that I adore because photography is one of the most potent tools that we have at our disposal to actually show us where we are destroying our life without even seeing it, and where we're not acknowledging our true beauty when we could actually acknowledge it. I've seen so many people doing photo facilitation that at the end of the session, they say, my God, this is the first time I've actually seen a picture of me where I actually recognize myself. Where, yes, I was judging myself in the beginning of the session, but now I don't have any judgment. For me, that is such a gift to see people actually, finally see themselves after decades, a lifetime of just judging the crap out of themselves.
Yeah, it's a sense of freedom.
Yeah, completely, completely, completely. So those are the things that I'm offering before leaving my beloved Russia. Mhm.
When you come come back
And
again
we'll be back in June.
in
Maybe
June.
before, I hope before, because, if there's work, I will travel. If there's work that will justify my cost of travel, I will travel. And there might be some things, I hope that there will be some things to bring me back, but I cannot guarantee yet. And what
Next
else?
summer.
Yeah, June.
That's great.
Yeah, beginning of June, Yuli and I should be back.
Oh, this is me.
Oh, look. Yay. Yay. And there's my Yulia.
Lucky Yulia, yeah. Lucky Yulia, Yulia and Lucky.
Yay. Oh, yes, that one. Oh, wow.
Mexica. Hello, hello.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's one of the first pictures I took of Yulia at the castle. That was such a session, my God. I knew that that session would change something
Changed.
in my life. I just didn't know quite how much it would change. And I'm glad
Yeah.
it did. I'm glad it did. Yeah. But does anybody here on this call have any questions? Because especially
Yeah.
we've been talking, especially I've been talking nonstop. And love talking, sure, but I love listening to as well. And I love answering questions. And I have some questions for Dasha as well.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh. I'm
any
ready to
questions in the
answer.
chat?
There is a lot of words, but not questions.
Okay.
Maybe Yulia tell you something from the chat. Everyone is excited and so grateful for vulnerability
Oh,
and other
cool.
things.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
A lot of gratitude.
Yeah.
For me, it's a privilege to talk to you.
Well, the privilege is mine. I mean, it was supposed to be a conversation, and then I completely like went into my thing, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you. But I mean, you're a potent creator yourself. And I'm talking to both of you ladies,
Yeah, I know. And
Julia
yes,
and
Julia, yeah.
Dasha. Yeah. And I obviously like potent ladies, potent creators in my life. And I mean, Dasha, you have you have several projects on the go right now. You have the garden.
Yeah, a lot, yeah.
Yeah, you want to tell us something about that because you have a very different way of creating as well. You're also very similar to me in the way that you have several things on the go at the same time.
Yeah, I just realized I'm trying to do something one, I'm destroying this thing totally. So
Yeah,
it's more about readiness to receive everything which is calling.
yeah,
And for me, it's easier than trying to resist or stop.
yeah.
It's killing me when I stop. I'm trying to stop all these creations.
Yeah, and have you noticed one thing that, I mean, if you just have one project, one single project, because everybody will tell you focus on one thing, otherwise,
Yeah.
but that's insane. Unless you have, a whole, and not even then, even if you have a whole company of employees specializing in every part of the business, it still does not work. Why? Because every project has its own flow of energy.
Yeah.
It goes up and down, and it's not like constant. Even electricity is not constant. Actually, when you plug your thing in an electric power current, it's actually called alternate current. AC is alternate current, meaning it's not
Yep.
continuous. The only
Mm-hmm.
it's a battery that lasts a very short time.
Mm-hmm.
Energy is vibration, is waves, is flow, and it goes up and down. And when it goes down, it's not stagnant, it's just slower. That's all. So what are you going to do? You're going to starve, you're not going to create, you're going to shut yourself off in a cave and not look at the sun anymore until it's
We
I mean,
tried. I know. We
yeah,
all
it
tried
doesn't
to do
work. It
this.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
And that's what crazy people like us that have a million ideas at the same time. And I'm wondering, I'm sure you do the same thing. You just follow the energy, right?
Yes, and for me, creation is the best way of heal a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
So it's just a way of living, I think.
It is a way of living, yes. And it's a way of being curious all the time, I think, too. And your projects are so beautiful because tell us a little bit about recovery. I love that project.
Oh, for me, the main idea is the connection with the planet Earth. And a lot of adults, they forgot where they live. They live basically in their heads, not
Yep.
on the planet.
Yeah.
So their idea is to recover uh, their connection with the nature
Yeah.
and with the whole planet, and realize that we have a huge and wise friend, and we are not alone. And maybe when something very difficult, tough time, uh, we should remember and recognize that we are not alone. We, with the whole world,
Yeah.
very powerful. And when we not only see everything around, but really receive it, it's something different, and it heals us. It hugs us and give us a lot of magic energy.
Yeah.
very nurturing energy.
Yeah, and it teaches
That's
so
about
much as well.
recovery.
A lot of lessons as well to be learned.
Yeah.
A lot of lessons to be learned.
So, you know, the word recovery in English, it's related to this rehab and a lot of things connected with the alcohol and drugs. So I think the most dangerous thing is this broken connection with the earth. It's more danger than other things. It's maybe the result of this broken connection that people go to alcohol or something else.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's this energy of avoiding things, avoiding reality, avoiding life, actually, that is more
Yep.
and more present on the planet. And it's not very scary because people will choose what they choose, you know. It's not for me to judge their choices, but I mean, I find it a little bit sad because it creates even more of what people are complaining about. It creates more sadness, it creates more solitude, it creates more loneliness rather than solitude. It creates more depression and separation rather than what we actually, at the end of the day, we all desire more connection. We all desire more kindness. So it could be so easy, but it's not. So it's cool to have, you know, projects like Recovery that are actually an opening and a possibility for people to actually choose something very different.
Yeah, thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Yulia has a hand. And we had a question there.
So I assume that it's starting from scratch, but with the knowledge that I have today, right?
Yeah.
The question? Well, whether it's with the knowledge that I have already or not, the answer I think would be the same. And the answer is I would choose exactly what I'm choosing today, meaning that every day I choose afresh. I don't
Fruit
choose.
juice.
Choose. I choose to have breakfast, take a shower, and yeah, some days I choose not to do that, and that's okay too. It's just single choices, and it's also this thing. The main thing is this awareness that I got during the summer of not forcing things, not forcing things. I cannot stress it enough what I'm saying here, that this lesson that I got from the factory, from metal, of like, let go of control, and I'm going to show you magic. That is what the universe is screaming at us. That's what the planet is screaming at us every single moment of every single day, and we completely ignore it.
That's amazing.
Let go of control. Chill the fuck down. Relax. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I would keep choosing. And that's what I will keep choosing.
We
And
will have this soundtrack for this evening.
yes,
Relax.
don't do it if you want to go to it. Did that answer the question, my love? Cool. Can I show you this platform?
Yes, please.
Yes. Yes, the original. Here we go. And the share screen. Where are we? Here we go. Right. So the platform is in Russian. But for those of you, and I think the only person who did not speak Russian was my manager, and he disappeared. He's fired.
Easy, easy.
Fired. Or is he? If you go on this little thing here, you can just go to translate to English.
Mhm.
But I'm not going to do that now because most of you here, I think all of you speak Russian.
Mhm.
And this is what it looks like. It tells you the story of the project. The website link, is it already in the chat?
Not
Let-
yet.
Not yet? Okay. Let me put it in the chat.
Oh, already. No, Yulia put it.
You already put it? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So here we go. Let me just do this. You see the whole thing, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then you come to this guy called Andrea Belluso
Hello, hello.
here, and you go on a short bio, close it there, go further down, and your
Oh,
first
wow.
page.
Uh-huh.
Here you
This
can.
is my favorite.
It's one of mine too. I love it.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, completely. And I go here to the right. This is Arrival. I mean, when I took this shot, I set my light. I didn't know, I was expecting something completely different. There was this hot plate of steel coming in front of me. That was long, maybe 100 meters, 50, 100. It was really long. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but not that much. And so I was just waiting for the next plate of really red hot steel, and it didn't come. My light was set up, but it was complete. And so I was okay with that. I was not frustrated. I was like, okay, so what's coming now? My light was already there. I created my light for that plate of steel. And then this guy starts walking slowly down the steps, and I'm like, what the hell? This is Arrival. You know the movie Arrival?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I was there. The only thing that I did is that I took my light and I just tilted it upwards towards him because it was pointed down otherwise, to point it more at his face. And there I had it, a whole film set right in front of me. You know, every single picture has a story like this. This is the library. It's like
That's funny.
these two guys that are walking across the library.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
the names are just personal things. It's, you know, what I see and what Yulia saw, because we were discussing with her and with my client as well, the meaning of the picture to give them some names. This is called evolution. Evolution, because if you want me to, do you guys want me to describe why it's called evolution, or just leave it at that?
Please say to us.
Okay. These guys in the background here, you see that the scaffolding, they're actually creating a new part of the factory. So the factory is evolving.
Mhm.
We don't see them unless we really look closely, but there's a red helmet, there's another red helmet, there's a blue helmet, there's people working all over this platform here, there's 4 more guys here. You really have to look at the details, and they're creating something new here inside the factory. That in itself is evolution, but the real evolution is symbolized by this plate of hot steel right at the bottom of the image that is rolling in front of us, going from the transformation of the elements, being the elements of the earth, so air, fire, water, earth, and what's the last one? Ether. Yes. So, you know, and all the elements are there creating steel. Steel was discovered from iron that comes from the meteorites. So just getting that as the initial information on the project, I'm like, I'm actually photographing something that originated from meteorites. Wow. When am I going to see the cosmos? And I saw it. I was taken into science fiction movies and other planets, dimensions, and I saw other things that I'm going to show you soon. This is called, I can't remember the name, we changed some of them. What's it called in Russian, my love?
Seeker, the Seeker.
The Seeker, yes. And this is the musician, because for me, this looks like a church. And he's the guy
That's
playing.
amazing.
And this is the control room of the spaceship. For me, this is a spaceship. Same here. And this
Superstar.
superstar. And
The energy, like his energy, really, the superstar energy.
Yeah. And I had to wait for him for hours.
Ah.
That's why I called him the superstar. Then we have the elements. Then we have the actual elements with which steel is created. And what do you guys see in this? Do you see any shapes? Do you see anything?
You know, now I know, and that's why.
Yeah, don't say it, don't say it. Oh, there's a kid there. Jana's daughter is, maybe she wants to guess what it is in this picture. And then if she tells me, I'm going to tell her what I saw.
Tell us, ladies.
Any guess? Do you want me to tell you?
Жанна, are you ready?
Все, вот, да, здравствуйте, включилась?
Здравствуйте.
Да?
Yes.
Что тебя
Yeah.
спрашивают, что ты тут видишь?
Ну, космический кусок. Это Луны. Метеорита.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's beautiful. I didn't see that. That's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for making me see something new.
Натурально что-то.
Oh, someone wrote it. The bear
Cool.
in the right side.
Yeah, what I see, if you want to know what I saw, what I still see, this one here on the right, it's a bear head. So here you have one ear, another ear, one eye, another eye, big nose. Look here, these are his
Lips.
lips going like this. So this is Papa Bear, and he's kissing Baby Bear. And Baby Bear, here's one ear, here's the other ear. This is his little head, one eye, another eye, the nose, and the body with the leg. You see it? So Papa Bear
Yes.
is kissing Baby Bear. So, and you know, I kept seeing this. Yes, yes, yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It's so true. It's so true. It is so true.
You lost Andrea.
It was like, you know, the biggest clients of Severstal, like men in suits and women in suits,
Uh-huh.
business people, really high level and whatever. And they were like, what is Papa Bear kissing Baby Bear? My God.
Which
And
is
coins.
no one expected, yeah?
No one expects it. For me, this was coins, just money, you know.
Uh-huh. We know.
This for me is a silver river, when it's actual fact it's zinc that is used to coat part of the steel in certain situations. These for me are wings. And like I said, this for me, and giving them a title, I could actually be calling them just a number. actually that would probably be a better idea, just giving them numbers, because then it leaves people the freedom to actually see what they want to see. The names that I give to the pictures are mainly to invite people to see what they see without having to relate to what I see. I mean, we've heard different definition of the bears before. I mean, the one of the meteorite, from Jeanne's daughter is beautiful, and it got me to dream like the little prince. So I'm super glad for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the contribution. That's the, one person's curiosity will always inspire or influence somehow another person's curiosity. And when two curious people start a conversation, it can end up anywhere. It really can end up anywhere. What are these?
Oh, I
Yeah.
adore it.
Me too.
Delicious.
Yeah. Chocolate. For me, it's chocolate.
Mhm.
And here I just was playing with it, and it's metal dust basically. And I was just painting, and I started seeing shapes, and everybody sees something different on this. So I don't even want to, give you the name or talk about it. I just want to give you total freedom of interpret it how they want. That's how you want. That's what art is. And then we go into another part of the project, which is, here we go.
Mhm.
This is the poetry of the factory. Let me, there. I'm not going to explain all of them because it would take a lifetime. This was quite obvious, a UFO that was landing on top of me.
This is epic.
I love it. I love it. Oh, hold on.
Oh.
This one is the first picture that I took for the project. And for me, this I will tell you a little bit about it. It's called the marionette for me. Because you see two eyes here,
Mhm.
and then there's arms and legs bent, and it's a ballerina that with the feet here is picking up a glowing red hot matchstick.
Mhm.
Our house marionette basically dancing. This one for me is a spider. And it's actually a killer spider, because here you see he's holding a knife.
Nice.
And here he does not hold a knife. Okay, it's a big spider. This is the mouth of a dragon for me. These are the circles of infinity, as in sacred geometry. This is called pressure, because it's based on a pressure machine. It's a triptych.
Mhm.
For me, this was like being in on yet. It was just from one movie set to another. And the other thing that I got from this project is that wherever we think that we live in one singular reality, and this, I know that it might be a little bit too out there as a part of a conversation, maybe difficult to grasp and very, very crazy. But for me, I'm just sharing my awareness from this summer, is that we do not live in a singular dimension reality. And why is it important to know that? Because whenever we feel stuck into something that we're not really happy with, what if that was just part of a role play, a game, if you wish, which is not really a game, because in a game you win or lose. The game here is to explore. And it's all got to do with the experience of being alive, which for me has become clearer and clearer, especially this summer, that that's actually what we're doing here on this planet. We are having an experience. The goal is the experience. The goal is to experience as much as you can from the experience. Not only with the 5 senses of the body, but all the other senses that nobody talks about, such as awareness, telepathy, etc., etc., etc. So it's really like it sounds like a crazy out there theory, and for me it would have made total sense to say that it was totally crazy and woo-woo and out there until I actually saw these things happening in front of my eyes, through this reality, with this reality, and opening doors to parallel universes. That yes, it was a factory. I'm not saying that I was having hallucinations. I didn't take drugs, but I also know what I saw there, and it was way beyond a factory. And the magnificent thing about all this is the human element of the factories, and the kindness of the people working there is beyond any words can describe. The people that worked there were also inviting, honest, open, willing to contribute and show me all the little secrets that they discovered from the years of working there. And it was really like being in a Harry Potter movie with one of the magicians saying, "Come here, I'll show you this little door," and opens this door in the middle of a staircase that nobody sees because the door is actually a painting, and he shows you another universe where the painting is this big, but you actually manage to step in there and it's a whole... Do you see where I'm going at? It was this, but for real. And yes, don't try and imagine that the physical aspect is the same. It's very difficult to explain. The only thing that I can say is that we do not live in a singular reality. That is the good news. We live in several realities at the same time. Mums listen to their kids, especially when you think that they're dreaming, when they're imagining things, they are completely telling you the truth. And you dismiss it most of the time as a joke, something funny. Ha ha. Oh, she's got so much imagination. No. Yes, she does. Yes. But she's actually trying to show you some real magic that is right here and that we've learned to disregard it and ignore it and dismiss it as normal. We have so much to learn from our children. And for me, this summer was also a rediscovery of being a child, being an adult child, meaning with my gained knowledge in this lifetime and other lifetimes, experiences and whatever. So as a responsible adult, basically, but with that joy and curiosity that a child always has and that we should never lose, because that is the precious gift that we have. That is what makes us completely unique and irreplaceable by one another, and completely irreplaceable by artificial intelligence that is just copying what we do. There's nothing real about that.
Yeah, melted our brains, Andrea.
Sorry.
It's a good effect. No, sorry.
Yes.
Don't apologize.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
so much. It's amazing.
So I'm so grateful for all of you guys, and I'm amazed that we started this Zoom with 23 people and we're finishing it with 24 people. So now it's 18. A few of them just left, but until I said that, it was 24. So
They melted.
really grateful for this. I would ask this wonderful team, hosting team, to please, let's make sure that more people see this maybe share it or something. I don't know. Let's discuss it. But I'm super excited about the new Undefining Beauty class. Julia told
Me
me,
too.
yeah, so let's do it. Please, if you're interested in it, send questions about where, when, how much, and whatever to this amazing team. And I would like to give a big shout out to the team that you guys, you ladies are amazing. And especially Julia, who had this initiative of creating this. I did not ask for this. Julia created everything behind my back and just presented the whole thing with Dasha and Masha and everybody else. And my God, I adore you ladies so much, because you know how much this means to me in bringing this to the world, these conversations, this knowledge. I love sharing. So see you very soon. See you very, very, very soon. And thank you from the bottom of my heart, or maybe from the heart of my bottom. I don't know which.
Where is it now? I don't know. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ladies. Paka paka. Thank
Sweet
you.
dreams. Good night.
Bye.